Hi guys, I welcome you all to my channel. In this video I want to express my opinion on whether or not we can order food online on apps like Swiggy, Zomato and Uber Eats and so on. So there are quite a few apps that we frequently use. Well, firstly, I hope everybody is safe and healthy. What a wreck this is, man. I mean, we have never thought that we would sink so deep. I mean, the times we're going through, none of us has ever thought that we would go through this mess. Alright, the most important thing now is hygiene and prevention of contact with each other as much as possible. Old habits die hard, my friends. A lot of us are habituated to ordering food online. And before COVID-19 hit us, online food ordering used to be the thing without which our day would not end. Well, now things are not the same, guys. A lot has changed in every respect. To put it in a nutshell, things are a lot difficult now, and we all are locked down from our normal lives, right? Well, food craving is one of the problems that people are facing today. Besides alcohol craving, that's another story there, but it's just not food craving. A lot of working professionals who are staying out of their states and countries, and out of those, not all can cook their meal, and hence they depend on food delivery apps to bring food right to their doorsteps. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of these employees that are working out of their states and working in distant places, and they all are facing a lot of difficulty when it comes to food. So let's go ahead and look at a few facts and figures in order to understand if it is safe enough to order food online, or to understand if coronavirus spreads through food. Alright, so let's just jump into it. So alright, as you can see here, I'm trying to Google lifespan of coronavirus outside the host cell. I have heard that this virus needs a host cell to live. I mean, it just cannot sustain on its own. So let's see if we can find some results here. I got one result that speaks about this, and it looks like we have some information here. It is given here that this virus can last for as long as 2 to 3 days. I mean, to be precise, it says that the virus can live in the air for several hours and on some surfaces for as long as 2 to 3 days. So what they have done is they have tested the virus by spraying it into the air, and they mimicked the coughing action of an infected person, and they found that it could be detected up to a minimum of 3 hours later in the air, up to 4 hours on copper surfaces, up to 24 hours on cardboard, and up to 2 to 3 days on plastic and stainless steel surfaces. Out of all these, I think the matter of concern is plastic, as people use plastic a lot in one way or the other. Well, that's something that is shocking at the moment, because I'm just reading this stuff because only when we understand the lifespan of coronavirus do we know how safe it is to order food online, because the food we order is packed usually in plastic or cardboard and materials like that, and we should make sure if how long the virus can sustain on those surfaces. Well, even though we have this information here given out in websites like the one that I have shown you, but one question that still lingers in my mind is it has not been confirmed by the WHO, and the authenticity of the information is questionable. There are a lot of misconceptions that are floating around, and some of them are clarified by the WHO, and some of them are yet to be clarified by the WHO. Anyways, personally, I feel that WHO should pace up, and I feel they are a little bit lagging behind. Better put in words of Donald Trump, a dire lack of accountability. Well, the verdict after going through that website is that the lifespan of new coronavirus is yet to be known accurately. There are a lot of speculations, and at this point in time, we are not sure how far or how true all those speculations are. So there are a bunch of independent experiments that were conducted across the world, but do we have any official data from WHO? The answer is a straight no. Another incident that happened in recent times that put people on edge is of a pizza delivery boy that tested positive for COVID-19 in South Delhi. And after this incident happened, 72 families that he was in contact with were told to self-quarantine. Actually, this incident has triggered fear across the nation, actually. The point here is people are not as confident as before in ordering food online. The fear still lingers. The second important thing is whether the restaurants that are catering to online delivery have expected hygiene and safety standards. We don't know for sure because it's somebody else that brings the food, somebody else that prepares the food and packs it for us. It's just based on belief and trust. The state governments have imposed several rules on social distancing, usage of masks and sanitization. Well, the million-dollar question here is everybody following them? The answer is not everybody is following these guidelines. On the other hand, we have news that the coronavirus cannot be transmitted through food and there's no evidence yet. Well, again, there's no evidence yet, so it's not a fact. While that is particularly true for cooked foods, ordering cold foods such as a salad can be still risky. So I want to give 5 tips to you on ordering food, and please keep these in your mind before you order food next time. Number 1 is always choose foods that are cooked hot. Avoiding cold foods is the best. Number 2, order from the restaurants that you trust or following hygiene parameters. We have been to restaurants in our localities and we do have a fair knowledge of how hygienic these restaurants are. So the point here is to choose the best from the list. Point 3, Swiggy has come up with some new options like safety and hygiene ratings, no contact delivery, temperature checks for delivery executives, etc. So they say that they do temperature checks for the delivery executives, and again, we do not know how accurate these checks are and how timely and frequent these checks are. All we know is that they have initiated this practice, and out of these the best is no contact delivery, and I really urge people to make use of this. Point number 4, as soon as you receive your package, transfer the food onto a bowl or something and then throw away the cardboard and plastic cover that it came in. Point number 5, heat the food before consuming, so that would help to get rid of contamination if there is any. Having said that, I still feel that you should save ordering food online as the last option if you have a dire necessity. Cooking food at home is always the best. Thanks a lot for your time, guys. Please subscribe to my channel if you want me to make more informative videos like this. It encourages me a lot. Bye.